Now, for the past few years, Mitsubishi Philippines has definitely struck gold with the Mitsubishi Xpander and the Xpander Cross. In fact, it's now one of their best-selling vehicles in the lineup, and a lot of Filipino families are looking to it as something that they can bring them across town, out of town, in relative comfort. Now for 2026, both the Mitsubishi Xpander and Xpander Cross have been given what I believe is their final update, and I think this is going to be the ultimate form, and you guys might be interested with the changes that they placed in both of these vehicles. What's going on, guys? Roy Robles here from Zigwheels.Ph, and today we'll be doing a first look at both the Mitsubishi Xpander and Xpander Cross for 2026. Starting with the changes from the outside for the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. Obviously, and the most glaring change that they have for 2026 is this all-new grille. It looks a lot more aggressive. It can definitely show a lot of those muscular appeal aesthetics that they're talking about, especially in these headlamps right here. Actually, the headlamps are located right here at the bottom. You got your DRLs, you got your fog lamps at the bottom as well, and this all-new front bumper that gives it a lot more gravitas, especially when looking at it from the front end. It actually extends quite a little bit from the grille that we have right here, and really adds more to that SUV look that they're going for, and a lot of families are looking as well in this market. You got these creases on the hood, and underneath that you got the same old reliable 1.5 liter naturally aspirated engine with a 4-speed automatic. I mean, why fix it if it ain't broke? But the biggest change here, apart from the looks, this camera. I've always thought that Mitsubishi should be giving the Xpander and Xpander Cross a 360-degree camera system, and now they've done it. They definitely have this one right here, make it a lot easier to park, especially in tight spaces, or if you're going off-road. You know, it definitely helps you out a lot seeing what obstacles you have in front of you. Adding more to that macho appeal that we were talking about right there in the front is this new colorway that Mitsubishi Philippines is introducing in both the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross and the Xpander, and they call this green bronze metallic. I kind of see how this is green. I probably have to take my sunglasses off, but yes, it adds a little bit more like that outdoorsy kind of feel, outdoorsy kind of appeal that some of the more adventurous families are looking for. Again, this is also available in the Mitsubishi Xpander, and you can still get this for the sunrise orange metallic and the quartz white pearl color scheme that they have right going on. But this one, I think you'll be interested in how it looks. It definitely fits the 225 millimeters of ground clearance that we have right here, which is still best in class in terms of these types of vehicles. You got all new 17-inch alloy wheels. Another change that we had right here, you can actually see the 360-degree camera right here on the side. It's mounted quite chunkily right here on the side mirror. And with the Xpander Cross, you get two-tone color scheme going on as well, and a roof rail on top. Those are the changes that we have right here on the side. So we got the wheels, you got the 360-degree camera system, and of course the green bronze metallic. Let's take a look at the rear and see what other changes they have offered for us. So right here in the back, we've got more of those kind of pod looking lower bumper looks as the one that they have in the front here, giving it a little bit more of a kind of vibe, looking like an urban assault vehicle, if you may. And you got some reflectors right there at the bottom as well. You still have the same LED tail lamps. They're kind of blacked out, which really fits the bill totally for the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. You've got this spoiler looking thing on top and a shark's fin antenna. You get a manual tailgate as well. You know what, personally speaking, I like how it builds up with the manual tailgate. It just makes it easier to open up. We don't have to wait for any automatic power tailgates to open, but we got all this space on the inside. As you can see, we got all our umbrellas, and even if we have the third row seats folded up like so, there's still a lot of space for your things, and you can lift this up and you can have 3 different shelves right there for even smaller items. Overall, the exterior look of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, in this case right here, definitely reflects what Mitsubishi wants and believes that its customers are. More outdoorsy kinds of families, but at the same time practical and tech forward looking because of these 360-degree camera systems. So yeah, let's take a look at the inside and see what changes it has for 2026. Both the Xpander and Xpander Cross share this updated steering wheel that we've first seen in the Mitsubishi X-Force, and I appreciate it because it's nice and chunky, good to hold with perforated leather here. It's definitely a good upgrade. You've got this huge 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system with both wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, making smartphone integration that much easier. This is a much improved touchscreen as compared to the previous model. You know, I've always complained about that, and now again, Mitsubishi Philippines has, has definitely pushed through and come through with improving this particular system right here. You got your calendar right there. You can choose your meter. You even have this meter right here to check your pitch, your roll, altimeter, everything that you need when going out of town or going off the beaten path with the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. One of the most striking changes though is the interior color. You got this blacked out leather seats with some brown or maroon trims here and there. You got soft touch materials on the door card here, more of that leather material right here on the dashboard. It looks quite elegant, I have to say. I mean, at the same time, it's easier to clean, especially with these ones. If you do plan to take this out of town, that leather material will be easy to clean. Also, it has some of that heat-resistant leather material, so even if you leave this outside for a longer time, you won't have any problems. But again, some changes here. You got this digital gauge cluster that now mimics the one we have in the Mitsubishi X-Force, and you know how much I love the Mitsubishi X-Force. And now we've seen a couple of details that have that kind of trickled over to the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. Same air conditioning system, which is a manual system, but it is easy to modulate because you just go up to decrease the fan and put it down for the coolness as well. It's not automatic climate control, but again, it makes things easier to control, especially when you're traveling with your family. You got these interesting and very useful shelves right here. You got another tray underneath the passenger seat, 2 cup holders, and now you have 2 USB ports, one USB-A, and finally we see a USB-C port right there and a 12-volt socket. More pockets here for your smaller items, a start-stop button there, and automatic adjustment, or should I say electronic adjustment for your side mirrors. Now here we go in the business end of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. I believe this is a business end because the reason why you're getting this is to make sure that your family is as secure and as comfortable as possible, and that's what we have right here. You got 2 map pockets right here. You got some versatile pockets right here on top as well, but the biggest change that we got right here in the back is this center headrest for the passenger in the middle. So it's now dedicated. You can actually bring someone right here in the middle without them being an afterthought, and you can still use it as a center armrest with 2 cup holders right there. It's very spacious on the inside, even though I'm sitting behind my own natural driving position right here. I still have a lot of space for my legs and my knees. And headroom. Headroom's very important right there. Even if you have an air conditioning system right here on top, it's still loads of headroom, I gotta say. And you got 2 USB ports too. You got USB-A and USB-C. So that's what's new with the 2026 Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. But what about the Mitsubishi Xpander? The Mitsubishi Xpander has always been my go-to recommendation for a 7-seater family car, and here's everything that's new with it. So in the front end, you've got an updated grille design as well. You've got these vertical louvers that kind of look really elegant and stylish. You got this chrome trim that runs across the front end, giving that impression that you're driving around in a wider vehicle. Actually looks kind of wider than the one we have right here on the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, but hey, because of that particular trim, it gives you that impressive design. You got a larger looking assembly for the headlamps. You got an aggressive looking lower bumper right here with those LED fog lamps. And of course, there you go. That's the money shot right there. The 360-degree camera system, which has finally made its way with both the Xpander Cross and the Mitsubishi Xpander. Right here in the side profile, you also get an updated design for those 17-inch alloy wheels, with the 360-degree camera popping up right there as well. It now has 225 millimeters of ground clearance as well. So the only difference that you're looking for, externally at least, between the Cross and the vanilla Xpander are the missing black plastic cladding right here. To me, it kind of looks really fresh and clean looking, especially for a 7-seater MPV wagon such as this one right here. Now, it doesn't have the two-tone design as the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, but like I said, it looks clean and elegant, and a lot of people kind of dig this design over the Xpander Cross. Now, you got LED tail lamps as well, and a manual lift gate, giving you access to all your stuff. It's got the same details as the interior. You got the shelf right here. You got a lot of space, and when you got the third row seats down, even if you fold it up, it's still pretty spacious. Now on the inside though, instead of getting leather seats, you got these all black fabric seats, which is definitely cool to the touch, especially during hotter days. You got the same soft touch leather material right here on the center console, armrest, on the dashboard, on the door cards here, and most importantly, the same 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system with both wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. They now share the same design for the steering wheel and a digital display cluster as well. Everything that you saw on the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross when it comes to creature comforts and amenities can be found on the inside, right there in the second row seats, as well as the third row seats. So basically, that's the only difference that we have on the inside. But hey, there's a major important difference for the new Xpander, the vanilla Xpander. So we're gonna take this out for a spin. So let's go and take this out for a drive. All right, so we're now behind the wheel of the Mitsubishi Xpander, not the Xpander Cross. I chose to drive the Mitsubishi Xpander because it's got one of the biggest changes, mechanically speaking. You now have active yaw control. Active yaw control's inspiration is from, of course, Mitsubishi's rally heritage, where it tries to keep the car as planted as possible and within a safe and optimum line as you're turning around. So right now we are turning through different curves right here on the road, and I can definitely feel it. And you even have an indicator right here telling you exactly how much torque is going to each wheel, which, well, of course, it's only a front wheel drive, but it gives you more of an indication of where you're going, making sure that you are within that particular line as you steer around, making it a lot more engaging to drive. Now, previously, the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross had this feature exclusively, but if you do choose to get the Xpander because of its aesthetics, its looks, you now get the active yaw control with it as well. Now, under the hood, you still get the same 1.5 liter naturally aspirated engine mated to a 4-speed automatic with overdrive right here. And one thing that I got to say about it is that although there are CVTs in existence, you got dual clutch transmissions, there's still a particular simplicity and charm with the 4-speed automatic. It's easier to modulate, it's easier to control. The gearing is much more linear and equal with each other, and of course, you get a lot of that power on the low end, which is very useful, especially in the city. Now, it may just have a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated engine with 104 horses and 141 torques, but it's still quite capable of bringing yourself and your family around town. And we've tested this going up to Baguio. It's a cinch, no problem. So don't need to ask me if you can go up to Baguio. Not just Baguio, even north. So even steeper inclines, this can take it. Now, if you want to get a more in-depth review of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, we've actually got a lot of videos about this with this drivetrain, so head on over right there. But for 2026, the creature amenities, the comfort features that we have inside here really blends well with everything during your drive. So I think that's definitely one thing that's going for it, and why I still think that the Xpander Cross and the Xpander is an easy recommendation for me. Now let's talk about pricing. The Mitsubishi Xpander Cross has always been an easy recommend for me because of its budget aspirations and kit. The Mitsubishi Xpander Cross GLX with a manual transmission starts at 1,099,000 pesos, which is a great value. If you want to get the GLX with the automatic, that one comes for 1,159,000 pesos, and the GLS variant, the full fat version with all the fits and trims that we discussed about, that can be had for 1,259,000 pesos. And if you want to go more of the rugged part with the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, this one comes at 1,378,000 pesos. That's it for our first look of the Mitsubishi Xpander lineup. Is this your sign to get your very own, whether the vanilla Xpander or the Xpander Cross? Make sure to visit Zigwheels.Ph to get the best prices of the Mitsubishi Xpander. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Roy Robles from Zigwheels.Ph. I'll see you guys next time.